There is something happening right now that you cannot fully see yet. Something quiet, something gentle, something that has been moving behind the scenes of your life while you were busy worrying, while you were lying awake at 3 a.m, while you were convincing yourself that maybe things would never get better. And I want you to stop for just a moment. Take a breath. Because what I'm about to tell you is not just a nice thought for a Sunday morning. It is a truth that reaches all the way down into the deepest part of who you are. God is clearing the path for you. Today. Not someday. Not when you've figured it all out. Not when you've stopped making mistakes or when you finally become the version of yourself you always thought you needed to be before He could love you properly. Today. Right now. In the middle of the mess. In the middle of the confusion. In the middle of whatever season you are walking through. He is moving things out of your way that you didn't even know were blocking you. And maybe that's the hardest part to believe. Because when you look at your life right now, it might not look like anything is being cleared. It might look like everything is piling up. The weight on your shoulders might feel heavier than it ever has. The door you've been knocking on might still be closed. The relationship that hurt you might still be hurting. The dream you've been carrying might feel further away today than it did a year ago. And in the middle of all of that, I'm standing here telling you that God is clearing your path. I know how that sounds. But stay with me. Because here's what we forget about God. He doesn't work the way we work. We clear a path by pushing things aside, by forcing doors open, by muscling through. God clears a path by doing something far more precise. He removes what no longer belongs. He closes what would have eventually destroyed you. He redirects you, sometimes painfully, away from the thing that looked like a blessing but was actually a detour from your destiny. And sometimes the clearing feels like loss. Sometimes it feels like confusion. Sometimes it feels like silence. But silence is not absence. God being quiet is not God being gone. Think about a river for a moment. Before water can flow freely, before it can reach where it's meant to go, there has to be a clearing. Rocks get moved. Debris gets carried away. Sometimes the path of the river changes entirely, and the water doesn't resist. The water trusts the direction. The water moves. And there is something God is asking of you right now. Not perfection. Not a long list of things you need to fix before He can use you. He's simply asking you to move, to trust, to take the next step even when you can't see past it. Because the path is being cleared not just ahead of you, but beneath your feet as you walk. You may have carried something for a very long time. A grief that settled into your bones and made its home there. A regret you keep revisiting, turning it over and over in your hands like maybe this time it'll look different. A fear that has been whispering your name for so long that you've started to think it's telling the truth about you. And God sees all of it, every single piece of it. He sees the parts you've hidden from everyone else, the parts you're ashamed of, the parts that make you feel like you're too far gone or too messed up or too tired to be worth saving. And His answer to every single one of those parts is the same. He says, I am clearing that too. There is a verse that has lived in the hearts of believers for thousands of years, and it lives there for a reason. Isaiah 43:19. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up, do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. Read that again slowly. A way in the wilderness, streams in the wasteland. God doesn't wait for you to get to comfortable ground before He starts working. He starts right there in the wilderness. He starts right there in the wasteland. He starts in the dry season, in the hard season, in the season that doesn't make sense. He starts now. And I want to speak to someone specific right now. Someone who has been waiting for a long time. Someone who has been praying the same prayer over and over and starting to wonder if anyone is listening. Someone who has watched other people step into blessings and stood there quietly and thought, when is it my turn? I want you to hear this with everything inside you. Your waiting has not been wasted. God has been using every single day of it. Every moment you chose to trust when you didn't feel like it. Every morning you got up anyway. Every prayer you prayed through tears. Every time you chose faith when fear was louder. That has been building something inside you that could not have been built any other way. And what's coming for you required that preparation. The path that is being cleared for you now could not have been walked by the version of you from 2 years ago, but it can be walked by who you are becoming. Let that sink in. God didn't delay your blessing because He forgot about you. He delayed it because He was preparing you for it. And that is not a cliché. That is the character of a father who loves you too much to give you something before you're ready to carry it well. Now there is something else that gets cleared when God prepares your path, and it's one of the most important things, and one of the most painful. People. There are people who have walked with you for a season who are not meant to walk with you into the next one. And when God begins to move them out of your life, it can feel like rejection. It can feel like abandonment. It can feel personal in the worst kind of way. But sometimes God removes a person not as punishment, but as protection. Not because you did something wrong, but because what He has for you next requires a different kind of community around you. Don't hold on so tight to what God is gently releasing from your hands. Trust Him enough to open them. What He places there next will make sense in ways you can't see from here. And what about the doors that have closed? The opportunity that didn't work out? The plan you built so carefully that fell apart? The yes you were counting on that turned into a no? Those closed doors can feel like failure. They can feel like punishment. But a closed door from God is not a rejection. It is a redirection. He is not closing doors to keep you out. He is closing doors to keep you from walking into a room that was never yours to begin with. And somewhere down the road, you will look back at that closed door and say, "Thank God." You will understand in that moment that His no was the most loving thing He could have said to you, because He could already see what was on the other side of that door, and He loved you too much to let you walk through it. This is what it means to trust a God who sees the whole story when you can only see one page. You are living in the middle of a chapter right now. It might be a hard chapter. It might be a chapter full of questions with no answers yet. But you are not the author. And the author does not write stories without purpose. He does not leave threads untied. He does not forget where He was going with you. Every single thing you have lived through is in the story for a reason. The joy and the heartbreak, the mountains and the valleys, the moments you were proud of and the moments you wish you could redo. All of it. Every word. It is leading somewhere beautiful. And can I tell you something else? Something that often gets overlooked in conversations like this one? God is not just clearing the external path, the circumstances, the doors, the people, the opportunities. He is also clearing something inside you. There is an internal work happening simultaneously with everything you can see on the outside. He is clearing out the old mindsets that told you that you were not enough. He is dismantling the lies you believed about yourself for years. That you were too broken, too ordinary, too late, too much, or not enough. He is quietly, faithfully, lovingly renovating the rooms inside you that you stopped letting anyone into. The bitterness that took up space, the resentment that became familiar, the disappointment that hardened into a wall. God is in there too, clearing, healing, making room for something new to grow where the old hurt used to live. And that internal clearing is just as miraculous as anything He is doing in the world around you. Because the greatest transformation in your life will always begin on the inside first. So today, I want you to make a decision, not a grand, sweeping, life-changing decision, just one small, quiet, powerful decision. Decide to release your grip. Decide to stop white-knuckling the plans you made and trust the plan that was made for you before you ever drew your first breath. Decide to believe, even just a little bit more than you did yesterday, that the God who created you has not forgotten about you, that the God who called you has not given up on you, that the path being cleared for you today is more beautiful, more purposeful, and more exactly right for you than anything you could have engineered on your own. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to stop being afraid. You don't have to arrive at some perfect level of faith before God can use you. You just have to be willing to take the next step, willing to trust what you cannot see, willing to believe that the clearing is happening even when all you can see is the clutter. Because here is the truth about God that never changes. No matter what season you are in, no matter how long you've been waiting, no matter how many times you've doubted, He is faithful. Not sometimes faithful. Not faithful when you perform well enough. Faithful. Full stop. His faithfulness is not dependent on your consistency. His love is not something you earn and lose and earn again. It is constant. It is pursuing. It is the kind of love that finds you in the wilderness and makes a stream. The kind that finds you in the wasteland and makes a way. And right now, today, that love is at work in your life. Removing what needs to go. Closing what needs to close. Opening what is ready to be opened. Preparing the ground beneath your feet for the steps you are about to take. You may not see it fully yet, but you will. And when you do, you will know that not one moment of this season was wasted. Not one prayer was ignored. Not one tear fell without being seen. God is clearing the path for you, not because you've earned it, not because you have it all together, but because He loves you. Because you are His. Because before you were born, He knew your name and He knew this day, and He was already working on your behalf. So walk forward. Walk with hope. Walk with the quiet, settled, unshakable confidence of someone who knows that the God of the universe is going ahead of them, clearing the way. Your path is being prepared. Your story is not over, and the best is still ahead. And before we close today, I want to pray with you. If you're willing, just close your eyes for a moment. Maybe place your hand on your chest. Breathe, and let these words be yours. Father, I come to you right now not with everything figured out, but with everything I have. And some days, everything I have doesn't feel like much. Some days, it's just a tired heart and a quiet hope that you haven't forgotten me. But I'm here, and I believe, even in the places where my faith feels small, that you are working, that you are moving, that you are clearing a path for me even when I cannot see it. I surrender the things I have been holding too tightly, the plans I made that fell apart, the doors that closed, the people who left, the dreams that feel delayed. I lay them down at your feet today, and I choose to trust that your hands are better than mine, that your plan is wiser than anything I could have drawn up for myself. Clear the way, Lord. Clear the path that leads to where you are calling me. Remove what no longer serves me. Close the doors that would have taken me somewhere I was never meant to go. And give me the courage, quiet, steady, real courage, to keep walking even when I can't see what's ahead. Heal what is broken inside me. Reach into the rooms I've kept locked and let your light in. Replace the lies I have believed about myself with the truth of who you say I am. Remind me that I am loved, not because I earned it, but because you decided to love me before I ever had the chance to deserve it. Thank you for this season, even the parts of it that hurt. Thank you that none of it is wasted. Thank you that you are not finished with my story. Thank you that your faithfulness is not something I have to earn, and your presence is not something I have to perform for. I trust you today, not perfectly, not without fear, but truly. I trust you. Clear my path, Father. I am ready to walk it. In the name of Jesus, amen.